Greetings, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to my new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast series. We have been overwhelmed with the responses that people have shared from listening to these messages on my SiriusXM show over the years. Those listeners, and they're sharing my show with their network, telling people about it, telling their family members, their friends, and their coworkers about this show and the impact it's having on their lives. That's the main reason that this show is now #1 for self-help in America, and I'm very grateful. Yet, we realize that many people do not have satellite radio, and therefore could not experience for themselves the message. They could not get it for themselves. So we are now sharing these messages with everyone via this new podcast. Enjoy it and share it with your network. And let's help even more people to do more, be more, and achieve more. Tell everybody so that they can live a Wealthy Ways life as well. Welcome to the new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And remember, your best is yet to come.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on? Are you steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My mind. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life and to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, think again, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time to make your run. It only takes a minute, 60 seconds to begin to decide to win. Just get it on. Just get it on.
And it actually does only take a minute to change your life. The minute you make a decision and move in a new direction is the minute you change your life. Oh, you might not reach your destination in a minute, but you certainly can change your direction in a minute. And we want you to change your direction and live the dream that you've wanted to live. You thought about it in the deepest part of your mind and in your spirit, but you were afraid or you didn't know how to do it. But we're going to talk about that today. And so we want to welcome everybody across America to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways show here on SiriusXM channel 141 HUR Voices. I'm excited to be on another time. And you know, I always start the same way. I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it. Give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but an eternity is in it. Greetings, everybody. And I always take a moment at the beginning of every show to thank God for another opportunity, to give God glory for strength, health, and another opportunity to do what I do. Not just to be on this radio show, not just to do the television shows and the other things that I do in my daily pursuits, but to have life. Every day you have life, you are blessed. Oh yeah, you got some problems, I know. You got some challenges, you got some situations, you got some circumstances, you've got some things that might wake you up in the middle of the night. But as long as you wake up in the morning, you've got another shot to turn all of those challenges around. So don't give up. Don't stop trying. Don't give up the hope. You must do like Winston Churchill encouraged people to do. He said, you must go from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. And those are the secrets for the winners. They don't give up. They don't stop trying. They keep going with an expectation that something good is right around the bend. And when you do, you start to find that there is something good right around the bend. It's called life. And so God bless you, and I'm glad you're here. Today we've got a special show. I am so excited that I have a dynamo on the line with me today. Many people, you will know this lady because she was one of the media personalities that we saw on The Apprentice, on The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. She is considered to be a Latina media dynamo, a woman's empowerment advocate. She's been dubbed the tropical tycoon by the New York Times, is one of the entertainment industry's savviest firebrand talents. She's a first-generation immigrant and a self-made media mogul. And she has been on Telemundo, an Emmy Award-winning producer of over 600 episodes of Spanish and English television, including the Fox hit The Swan, and as I said, was on NBC's Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. She's a make-it-happen lady and a producer in Hollywood. She's just a real estate entrepreneur. She is making it happen, and a speaker. The one and only Nely Galán. Nely, are you there?
I am so here and raring to go.
Wow, it's a pleasure to have you on and to have you as part of the show. We have been excited about having you on this show because so many people know all the great things you've done and what you're doing. I gave the kind of thumbnail sketch of your life and so forth, but why don't you fill in the blanks?
Well, I think the most important thing I want to say is that, I started out as a little station manager in a little rinky-dinky Spanish language station in Newark, New Jersey, where there were 3 employees. And I think it's very important because I worked and learned. I got like my MBA on the job with, using other people's money. And I think it's great because I really learned how to run a little business. And I think it was a life-changing experience because I worked there for 3 years. And they had bought it. My bosses, who were very big Hollywood moguls, had bought it in bankruptcy as a tax write-off. And 3 years later, I walk into work, and my boss says to me, "We sold the company. Isn't it great? And we're going to give you a little bit of money." They gave me very little money, and I was just so mad because not because of the money, because I didn't even think like that. I was only 25. But because I loved my baby and I felt like it was taken away from me. And I said to my boss, "How could you do this to me? How could you not even tell me you had it for sale?" And he said, "Young lady, those are my chips. If you want to play, go get your own chips."
Wow.
And at the time, you can imagine I was not a happy camper. But I always say that boss changed my life.
Wow.
Because he made me dream a bigger dream for myself than I could dream for myself. And I just thought at that moment, I will never work for anyone again. I'm going to start a business. And I think that's important for people to hear because, every good thing that's happened to me has come from a place of something bad.
Right.
Like when I was here, I was an immigrant kid and I was in high school. One of the nuns in the all-girls Catholic school I went to accused me of plagiarism. And when I went home, my parents were like, "Por favor, pide perdón, ask for forgiveness." And I go, "Forgiveness for what? I didn't do anything wrong." And so in that anger, I wrote an article to 17 magazine about why you shouldn't send your kids to all-girl Catholic school. They published the article. The nuns tried to expel me, but it's against the First Amendment rights. So I ended up graduating a year and a half early, and I got my first internship at 17 magazine, which is what led me to TV. So I think it's important for people to hear, like in my life at least, every time I'm about to have a breakthrough and something great happens, something horrible comes right before. And if that horrible thing didn't come before, I wouldn't take the step to take myself to a higher place.
Right. Wow.
That's heavy, isn't it?
I wrote a book called "A Setback is a Setup for a Comeback," and you've just given.
Oh, boy, that's me. I am your living example of that.
Oh, I love that because I think what's important for people to hear, and folks, for those who are listening, who are new listeners, I like to pick out the pearls when we have interviews like this where there's such good information. The pearl is one. Now, I want to make sure you heard her. One, she was rebuffed by the boss who said, I got mine, you got yours to get. And she could have been broken by that, or she could have been built up by that. Bob Johnson said the same hammer that breaks the glass forges the steel. And so what you have to realize that challenges can either build you or break you. She is one of the thinkers that said, you know what, challenges will build me. I won't let them break me. And that is how she said, okay, you said, these are my chips. You go find yours if you think you can do better. She went and found hers, and she went and did it. And folks, you can do the same. You might have lost your job. You might have lost your home. You might have been told by somebody at your workplace that you don't have what it takes. You're going to get discouraging information. You're going to get disappointed. But you've got to take that information, flip it on its head, and make it rather than your piece that will break you down, something that will build you up and compel and propel you into the next level. Well, that's a great story. What else happened after that?
I think it doesn't stop. I mean, I think you almost have to I tell all my women that I talk to, I say, you've got to turn fear and failure into your best friend.
Right.
Because it doesn't get easier. Like, for instance, when the boss told me that and said, go get your own chips, I started a business. I decided I'm going to go. At the time, I mean, we didn't have Tyler Perry back then, but at the time I thought, I'm going to be what Tyler Perry is today, right?
Right.
But in my naivete, I didn't realize everybody was going to tell me the Latino market, what? Are you kidding me? And for 4 years, I did not make one penny in my first business.
Wow.
And my parents were losing it. My mother was like, oh, my God, you better go find a husband. You're going to lose your looks. Forget this trying to be a businesswoman. And in my heart, I really had such faith. I thought, God has not brought me this far and put me in a situation for me to fail. And my parents have not come all the way from another country, from Cuba, for me to fail. And I just kept listening to when I would go pitch people my idea, and they would tell me no, I really listened to what wasn't right about my business idea. And I would be a liar if I didn't say that sometimes I even got mad at God. And I went, I mean, really? I'm such a good girl. Why are you not throwing me a bone? What's going on here?
Right.
And in the 4th year, when everyone in my life, and everybody needs to hear this, everybody thought I was crazy. Every single person in my life thought, this girl is delusional. In the 4th year, I got my first piece of business from HBO. And within a year, I had multi-million-dollar contracts.
Wow. Wow.
And I've never looked back. And by the way, it doesn't mean that after that, because I think we all think almost like fairy tales, like we live happily ever after. There is no happily ever after. You get through one big bridge, and then other problems show up. So you figure out one set of problems, and then but you kind of get used to it. It's almost like, I really feel like having a kid, I have a 12-year-old, has really explained to me what life is about, because kids like video games so much. And, in video games, you go to level 1, and you master level 1, and you go to level 2, and then you make a mistake, and you go back to level 1, and then you get to level 3, and then you go back to level 2, and that's life. It's like one big video game.
Right. Wow. Wow.
You master certain things, you get through certain obstacles, and then new obstacles appear that you're like, oh, what do I do with this one?
Woo,
Instead of like getting upset about it, you got to roll with it.
You got to roll with it. Folks, this is powerful stuff. I hope y'all are getting this. We're going to take a quick break. We got to come back with Nely Galán. We're going to talk about all the things she's doing, her tour, her movement, and then some life lessons she's going to share with you that she shares with people around the country as she travels. And maybe she's coming to your city. We want to let you know where you can reach her and find out more about when she's coming to your city, because this is powerful information on how you can overcome your limiting beliefs and live your dreams. This is Willie Jolley on the Sirius XM Channel 141 Wealthy Ways Show with Willie Jolley. And for sure, your best is yet to come.
If you cannot depend on them when you're in need, said you need a friend who'll be there thick and thin, and you know be a friend indeed. You can only call me, yes, oh yes. If you need me, then call me. Say you need a friend.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and if you're enjoying this information you're hearing on this podcast, I want to invite you to get even more great information on my new free gift page on my website. Go to wjspeaks.com and hit the All Access badge. On that page, you will find information and resources specifically designed to help you to have greater success. Free ebooks, music, all sorts of interesting and informational interviews from my XM show. I'm telling you, this is a great page. And why do I do it? Because I've learned that the more we give, the more we get. And the more we help other people to grow and go to the next level, the more we receive in our business. So we want to help you. Tell your friends about it. Go to Facebook and get my information. Go to my website, get my free resources, and get on wjspeaks.com and hit that All Access badge. It looks like a backstage pass. Click it. You'll get behind the scenes information to the special page to help you grow. All we want in return, all we ask is that you pass it on, because the more you give, the more you get. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
Motivated, highly motivated, gonna take you to the top. Motivated, highly motivated, I'm never gonna stop. I had a job I really hated. It made me sick, but it got me motivated. I knew that this was not where I was meant to be. I didn't want to stay, but I was too afraid to leave. Then one day I got my check, there was almost nothing there. I went to the boss, he laughed and said he didn't care. My kids were at home hungry, I was about to lose my home. That's when I decided I had to make it on my own. Said I, gonna take it to the top. I said oh yeah, said I'm never gonna stop.
And we're back, and you're listening to Willie Jolley across America on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show. And I am excited because I get excited every time I hear the music coming out of the breaks. You hear that music, that's on my website, williejolly.com. Hope you are all signed in. Hope you are signed up to my newsletter, or you follow me on Twitter, or you're on my Facebook page. We give a daily motivational message on my Facebook page. If you're not, tell your friends, tell Lottie, Dottie, and everybody that they can now start to change your thinking by the inputs. Your inputs determine your outputs. So try and get some new inputs, and that's why we're trying to get this positive, uplifting, empowering information to you as many ways as we can. And we even have a new Willie Jolley easy button where you get 365 one-minute messages from me. You hit a button, bam, and every day is a new message. Go to my website and you can check those out. Well, my guest today is Nely Galán. You've seen her on the Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. She was the first president of Telemundo. And she has just done one thing after another. They call her the tropical tycoon, a media branding, make it happen, don't give up, take the bull by the horns lady who can empower you no matter where you are. No matter what you're doing, what you're going through, I'm empowered. I'm inspired. I'm taking notes right now. You know, I love what she said. I just wrote a note. She said, there is no happily ever after. You know, it's just a succession of growth, pain, opportunities, or situation. We have growing pains, and you just go from one to another. You know, I've heard it said like this, said, if you go to first grade, when you get through first grade, they give you a test. And when you get to the end of first grade, they give you this test. If you pass the test, you go to second grade. If you don't pass the test, you stay in first grade. Now, when you get to second grade, there's a whole new set of challenges. And at the end, you get another test. And if you pass, you go to third grade. And that's how life is. And she's saying that so wonderfully that in her life, she has had one major challenge after another. And that is where her success came. I love this story. Tell us more, Nely. What you tell people how to get a mindset for success, how to get past your self-limiting beliefs, and how to take the bull by the horns.
Huh? It's not, to be fair, the way that, I hate to say it because I'm in the media, but in a way we all believe in the fairy tales we read and the TV shows we watch. For Latinas, for instance, it's really bad because we grow up on novellas where, some poor girl gets rescued by a man, and there's, it's all about Prince Charming. And the truth is, for me at least, I can only speak for myself, when I finally got it is when I realized there's no Prince Charming and there's no happily ever after. And that's not, people go, oh, that's so sad. No, it's not. When I finally realized a boss is not going to save me. And as a Latina, I think I expected some white man boss to like find me and think I was great and promote me. And it's part of, kind of some of the stereotypes and images we have, and it's not just about romance. It's about a boss saving you. It's about somebody recognizing that you're great. It's about thinking that once you get past a big obstacle, like, that's it, it's going to be great from that moment on. That's all based on stories and movies we watch that have to have a happy ending. Life is not like that. It's a long distance run. As I tell all my women employees when they get upset about things, I go, big deal. It's not a sprint. It's a long distance run. And one of the great things about a long distance run is that your actions, and look, the actions I've taken in my life that have been good, when you get older, they really blossom. And the actions that you took that were not so good, you have to live with the consequences of them. So there really is some sort of justice to it all. It just doesn't show up quickly because it is a long-term journey. And I really believe, I sound like an old lady, but I really do feel like, for me, what I've learned is that the only thing this life is about is really your own path with yourself and your God. That's it. It's kind of like, are you being the best you can be? Are you really trying to, when challenges come, really, show that what you're made of? Show your integrity to yourself. Doesn't matter what other people think. The only person that really deep inside that you have to be proud of is you. And when you go through things, there is like, I tell my son every day, I go, I'm an oak tree that's planting roots. And every time I overcome a challenge, every time I do the right thing, even if the universe doesn't reward me for it, I know that no one can break me down because I'm solid. And I really believe that's what it's about. It's about getting to a place where you go, I know who I am, and I have built this being, because it's not even about our body. I built this spirit in me that is really solid.
Absolutely. I love your mindset. I tell people that there's a mindset behind the money. And that when you develop the mindset behind the money, you start to develop the way to grasp and access the money. And how many of y'all who are listening want more money? Well, you have to have a mindset. And Nely Galán is talking about that same kind of mindset. So you've got to be willing to keep growing and keep developing and keep pushing and not to believe the stories, because I believe many of us are still waiting for the cavalry to come and rescue us.
Right.
They're going to come over the mountain right in the nick of the time, and it doesn't work like that. So you have to take control of your destiny. Well, let me ask you this, Nely. Mm-hmm. You've done television. You got real estate as well. Tell us a little bit about.
I think we should talk about the specifics of the money.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
I think we got it wrong.
Okay.
I think as an immigrant, I have a really big advantage, and I really want to share it with you guys.
Please.
When you come from another country and your parents have lost everything and they have to reboot and start all over again, you really understand that money comes and goes. And abundance is not about money, it's about a mindset. And one thing I think sometimes in our communities we do incorrectly is we make money, and I don't know if you saw that special that was on recently about all the athletes on ESPN
Yes.
that admitted they'd lost all their money. I think we get into this, again, desperate thing, like, I got money now, I got to spend it, got to get a new car, got to get all this stuff. And the truth is, money is a spiritual practice. Abundance is a spiritual practice, and it's a long-distance run as well. And I think that, you know, when you get money and you realize, okay, now the money has to make me more money while I sleep. Not because I'm greedy, not because I need 20 cars, not because I want things to show people that I have money, but because I want the generations to come that come from me to be better. I want my son to get an education. I want to live in a state of abundance by knowing that and by the way, I'm at this place, so I'm a good person. To get to the place where you work because you want to, not because you have to.
Right.
And in fact, you could be retired and you're still not retired. And that is like the most freeing gift you could ever give yourself. And it's not about, I'm rich and I'm going to do all these. It's not about grandiosity. It's not about ego. It's about, why can Nely go out and do a free tour for my Latinas and help them with money because I can afford to?
Right.
That's the gift.
Right. Wow,
And
I
you
love
do
that.
that by saying, okay, when I make money, instead of me buying 20 new houses that I don't need and 7 cars, I'm going to go buy buildings in foreclosure. I'm going to fix them up and I'm going to rent them. And I'm going to make income while I sleep. And by the way, to be fair, I didn't learn this on my own. This is where I did learn from other people. I've worked for 5 billionaires. You'd never know they're billionaires. They're very low-key. They're very Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is my financial god. And what they do is when they make money, because they know life, sometimes you make money and sometimes you make nothing. When you make money, you go buy things that will make you money while you sleep. And when women tell me, I can't do that, I go, listen, I bought buildings with $5,000 in foreclosure. There are a million buildings in every city that the city owned that are condemned. Hello.
Right.
That you could turn into, if you don't want to spend money fixing them, you can turn them into rentals so SWAT can go do maneuvers in there. I mean, there's a million things you can do. You can start an eBay store out of your house that nobody knows you did, selling the garbage in your house that everybody buys. So I feel that in life, you have to live in 2 parallel tracks, mission and money. But the reason for money is not to be grandiose. The reason for money is to create a better life for yourself, for your children, and the people coming after you.
I love that. Think mission, think money. I love that.
Right.
Think
and
mission.
They don't always go together.
And I love that. And I love the fact you hit on a big point that I have in one of my books. I wrote that you have to develop an immigrant attitude. And if you're going to be successful in America, you have to have an immigrant attitude. An immigrant attitude is people who come from another country who might have made $5 a week or a day or hour or whatever. To a day, and they come to America and make $5 an hour, and they get busy. They go and they find money. They see money where Americans often don't want. And often we find that immigrants become millionaires 4 times faster than Americans because they are working at another level, and there's a work ethic that says, you know what, we're going to understand that this is important and that we've got to make it happen. And I love what you said. Folks, this is huge. You've got a choice. You get a paycheck. If you get a paycheck, you get any money, you've got a choice what you do with that money. Now, do you spend that money on something? Hey, as I wrote here, you can make money to buy things that take your money or buy things that make you money. I love that, Nely. I love that. Woo, this is good stuff, folks. I hope you're enjoying this. Before we go to a quick break, Nely, where do people find out about you? A website somewhere where somebody might have to jump off.
My movement, which is mostly for women and minority women.
I'm coming. I don't care if it's for women. I'm coming and sitting in the audience.
Men can sneak in there too. Men can sneak in there too.
All right.
www.the Adelante, I'm going to spell it, ADELANTE, LANTE movement.com. Or you can just go to my website, NelyGalán.com, and it'll take you to the website. Adelante means like, move it, get off your butt.
Woo, this is some good stuff, folks. Again, for y'all who are just jumping on, I got Nely Galán, and you can go right to the Adelante movement, ADELANTE movement.com, or to Nely Galán, NelyGalan. Now, we're going to take a quick break for station identification, but we got more to come. We're going to talk more about strategies to help you to get to the next level and ideas that will empower you, compel you to get it on, because now is the time. And she said it like I love what Warren Buffett said. This is the greatest time he's ever seen to create billionaires. So let's get it on. Am I right? We're going to take a quick station and break. We'll be right back. This is Willie Jolley Show.
HUR Voices, Sirius XM, Channel 141, entertainment and information from Howard University.
And we're back. I am so excited. Nely Galán, again, the Adelante movement, and you can get more at her website. Now, Nely, when I mentioned Warren Buffett, you got excited because we both were fans of Warren Buffett. In fact,
love Warren.
And the fact that he said this right now, this recession, first of all, recessions make you resourceful. And secondly, is the recessions are where everything is on sale. And so Nely had said it so wonderfully. You work hard, you make money, but then you use that money to make more money for you, and you create a mindset. I was just telling my family about it yesterday. Make a mindset for legacy. This isn't about just today and getting the biggest McMansion. Well, of course, I want you to have a nice house, but how many houses can you live in? How many cars can you drive at a time? You know, get you a nice car, a couple cars, get you a nice house and maybe a vacation home, but then you got to make that money work for you. You got to be buying investables and start to get some things that will start to grow your wealth, not just for you, but for your children's grandchildren. Am I right about it?
Well, not only that. I mean, I think, I'll tell you something that was very painful for me.
Yes.
When I was in high school, my parents were really going through a hard time. And I was lucky that I got this job at 17 Magazine, and then I got jobs in TV. I never finished school. And I really believe that education is, and you know what? When my son was little, he said to me once, Mom, what's the big deal? You've done really well, and you made a lot of money, and you didn't go to college. And when he said that to me, it broke my heart. Because I thought, that's what I'm selling my son. And you know what? It's really great that we have a lot of athletes, and we have a lot of celebrities, and they've all done really well. But, that's why I love seeing that ESPN special, because I think it's good for kids to see. If you don't have some schooling, sooner or later that stuff goes away, and what do you have left? Yeah, so you made a lot of money because you can sing and dance. Can all of us sing and dance and play sports? And so the thing I'm the most proud of in my life is that when the economy tanked 4 years ago, I decided, Nely, you've made enough money. You are going to stop, and you are going to go back to school. And I'm very proud to say this week I just finished a doctorate in clinical psychology.
Woo, baby. I have to clap on that. Lord have mercy. Wow, fantastic. That's my kind of story. I love it because,
and
folks.
You know what?
Yes.
I can almost cry because more important than me going to school, because chances are, it's not that I needed that degree to work right now, but first of all, I can't tell you how powerful I feel. Forget that I have a degree. That I took myself to school later, that I learned again to read and write, because when you are in TV, the first month I was in school, my professor said, you write like a rapper, you need to learn to write like an academic.
Wow.
And all my friends go, didn't that freak you out? I go, no, I loved it. Because after a while, when you're in business for 20 years, everybody tells you you're great.
Right.
And you know what? My goal is to grow, not to think I'm great the rest of my life. And the reason that the whole thing makes me cry is because I know that by doing that, I have changed 5 generations after me. My son will never again think that going to college is not an option.
Absolutely. I want to first applaud you for having the courage to go back, because so many people talk themselves out of it, going back to school because they say I'm too old, I'm way past, and they don't do it. I must say, and now that you've said it, I haven't told my audience. I'm patting myself on the back a little bit because you've said it. I am back in school as getting my doctorate.
Oh my God! See?
And so we're
like-minded people. We think the
like-minded
same thing.
people. I'm working on my doctorate as we speak, and it's tough because I've got all these other things on my plate. But it's about growth. It's about development. I just made a note to myself for everybody. Your main goal should be to grow. Okay, you'll make money because you make money because of who you are and what you do and what you pursue, and you got to have the mindset. So you got to be thinking about, how do I grow? Now, I want to ask you a question. First of all, I just want to applaud you again, but I want to ask you, what's the you give advice to women, and you who want to be entrepreneurs. So many are out here who say, I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't know what to do. What's the tips that you tell women who want to be entrepreneurs?
Well, I think, first of all, you got to start with baby steps. Okay? Because you can't go from 0 to 100 overnight. Okay?
Yep.
First of all, sometimes we all think we're entrepreneurs, and then you might find out you're really like the person who helps an entrepreneur, or you're the person who is the finance person, but not the starter. So what I recommend to everybody is, again, we have never lived in a better time to play at being an entrepreneur quickly, because you can start an online business very inexpensively and quickly. I recommend to everybody, and I've done it myself, that you begin an eBay store. I think it's a great family project. It's something you can put your kids to do. It's something where you only work a couple of hours a week, and you start with the stuff in your garage. And it's a great way to learn, because eBay teaches you how to do it. They have these people called eBay gurus all over the country that will teach you, it's like eBay for dummies, how to do it very easily. And the beautiful thing that I've encountered is the junk that we have been buying, that sometimes, let's say you go to Disney and you buy a little doll or whatever, we don't realize that around the world, everything that's American, whether it's something with an American flag, as long as you write it like it's Americana memorabilia, it's worth a lot of money around the world. Stuff that we think is junk.
Wow.
So start with the stuff in your garage, okay? And you're going to go, oh my God, I'm making $200 or $300 a week, and it's like an hour to put it up on Sunday. Let the thing happen by itself all week, and then your kids help you ship out the next Sunday. It's really no big deal. If you feel like, wow, I'm kind of liking this, because you can create whatever name you want. You can be working in a company. Nobody knows it's your store. It's like a secret alias. So you don't even have to tell people you're doing it.
Wow.
Then you go, if you like it, you go to the people in your neighborhood and you go, can I sell your stuff for you? And I'll get 60-40. I'll get 60, you get 60, I get 40 for doing the work. So you have no overhead, no expenses, just your computer, and you're doing this thing from home. And you're learning every week, when I wrote it this way, it didn't sell. When I write it this way, it made more money. You're learning how to run a business, okay? And so I think that's a good one. I think if I was saying step number 2, the other thing that's available in America that people don't realize is an incredible thing, but I would say this is step number 2. There are a lot of franchises in America looking for people, and particularly minorities and particularly women, to take over franchises, and they're willing to give you very great deals to get in. The beautiful thing about franchises is it's color by numbers. It's almost like getting an MBA on the job. They tell you, if you do these things every day, you will make this much money. I mean, why do you want to learn business? Like, I tell all my friends, that are Latinos, why do you want to start a bodega and learn the business of the food business when you can start a franchise and the company's already been doing it and they have hundreds of franchisees and you can learn the business first with that?
Wow.
So the next step, I would go eBay-ish. It could be eBay or it could be another little, it could be something like that. Then I would say I would bring a franchise into every minority family if I could, because not only are you making money, you're creating a business for your family. So your kids, that sometimes, as we know, our kids get a little lazy. we go, you got to work in the franchise, and you're going to learn. And then after that, you do that for 5 years because the franchise deals are for 5 years. You decide, do I want to own, because the way to really make wealth in franchises is to own 5 of them.
Okay.
So do I want to own 5 franchises, or do I want to now go do my own business? Because now I know what to do. And now I got all the contacts. And again, I think sometimes what we do is we want to go from 0 to 100, and then we make all the mistakes. Why do we need to do that? Why can't we learn from people that have already done it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So to me, this is like a baby step process. So that way it's not overwhelming. Because if you tell yourself, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to start a business. I mean, I did that at 25, but I would never do that now. And I realized I really could have done baby steps along the way to get myself to that place. I had done one piece of it right, but nobody told me what I'm telling you guys.
This is good stuff, folks. I hope y'all are getting it. This is good stuff. Baby steps, think franchise, get your family involved. I, as you say that, I can think all of my friends who have franchises, who their families are involved, and they understand there's a process. And the process is very simple. One, that you find the organization. It might be network marketing. It might be a franchise. They're the same concepts because they all connect the dots or do it this way. Just do these things. It'll work. They've done it before. Somebody's done it. And that's called creating a system. And once you get a system that works, the secret to success is then duplicate. Just duplicate the system.
Duplicate. You know, one of my bosses told me when I was very young, he's like, listen, you're not going to do well because you're trying to be a pioneer. And in life, if you really look at the people that have succeeded, they're usually second or third to market. And they have watched other people do it wrong, and then they do it right. And, you know, at first when they told me that, I was like, oh, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. I'm a creator, whatever. And I realized that's my ego. The truth is that boss was right. Why the heck do I have to learn everything from scratch when there's other people that have the intelligence already of having done it multiple times, they know all the mistakes in the book, and I could shortcut the process. Why do I have to be so arrogant? You know?
Right.
And I think in finding a business or in finding a franchise, it's super easy too. It's like, where do you like to eat? Or do you like a certain exercise that you think is just the best exercise in the world? Well, become a franchisee.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is like, you know, everybody always says, how do I find my mission? I go, oh my God, it's under our nose. What do you like?
I love your thinking. You know, folks, this is great thinking. Hope y'all are getting this. Now, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back because we got more information from Nely Galán. And let me tell you, I know you're taking notes. I know you're telling everybody to turn on the radio. So this is Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Show. For sure, the best is yet to come.
But Lord, since I met you, all that's changed in the blink of an eye. Now all my heart wants to do is fly. You put wings on my dreams, and overcame my fear of heights. Now how high will I fly? If I dare to touch the sky, oh, I'm flying where eagles only wish they could soar.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for years I've told people that in order to have a greater life, it starts by having greater individual days. If you have a great day and you repeat that great day 7 times, you've had a great week. And you repeat that week 4 times, you've had a greater month. And then repeat that month 12 times, you've had a greater year, and you're on your way to a greater life. And it starts with that individual day. I recommend you start each day with something powerful. I call it the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Rather than starting your day with bad news, how many people got killed, or how many children got snatched, or how many fires there were, I recommend you start your day with something to inspire and empower and encourage you to make this day a great day. We're excited to announce the start of Jolley TV on my Facebook page. Go to Willie Jolley, Willie.Jolley on Facebook. Just go to Willie.Jolley on Facebook and get ready for a great day and a great life. Have a great day on purpose.
And we're back. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Show, and I hope you're enjoying the music you hear on the outtakes and the intakes, and at the end of every segment, and beginning of every segment. It's from my money-making music and motivation message that's on my CD, as well as on downloads on my website. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on any of the web music portals. Willie Jolley, money-making music. You might hear one of the songs I listen to every day, Gotta Keep Kicking, or It Only Takes a Minute, Change Your Life, or Highly Motivated, whatever. They all are designed to give you a mindset to keep going. Black Enterprise magazine wrote about it, said, music not just to help you shake it, but music designed to help you take it to the next level, change your thinking, and change your future. So get that music. Also, go to the website. We've got a lot of new products, new books, and audios and videos to keep you going. And many people ask about these XM programs. And if you go to williejolly.com/free, williejolly.com/free, you can actually get excerpts from Colin Powell and Les Brown. I'm going to put this Nely Galán, an excerpt from her, too, because people got to hear this message. But all of the great thinkers who are making it happen. And now that I got Nely on the line, I want to make sure you all get to know where you can find out about her. She is a dynamo. And she's got lots of information to help you to have greater success. Nely, where can they get more info on you, learn about your movement? Tell everybody where they can get it.
The easiest way is to go to my website, Nely, Nely, Galán, GALAN.com. And from there, right on the front page, you can go to the Adelante Movement.com, which Adelante in Spanish means move it. And it's really about getting what is out there for us, government contracts, small business loans, franchises that are available to us, going and getting the money that's earmarked for all of us, particularly minority women, and going and bringing that abundance and wealth into our communities for the right reasons. Not because we need to have more houses or more jewelry but because we need our future generations to go to school. We need to change. Look, we are all going to be the majority by the year 2050. We are the leaders of this country. If we don't change our mindset, we are putting out the wrong stuff.
I think you hit it on the head. Change the mindset. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting here thinking, you've said some things. Go to get government contracts. There's grants. There's funding. There are opportunities out there. And particularly if you've got a special segment of the marketplace that you appeal and you connect with, and letting people know that. And this is what I love about you, Nely, because you know what I love about you most? You're not ashamed to talk about the fact that it's okay to be wealthy and make money and then use that money. It's important. Yes, it's okay. Talk about that. Tell people about the mindset, because some people got issues. They feel it's bad to make money. Oh, somebody's not going to like you, or your friend's going to think you trying to be uppity. You got to go out here and make it. I love Adelante means move it. Get it on. Let's get it going.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, look, I can speak also for Latinos have a real issue with being wealthy, because a lot of us were raised in Catholicism where we've misinterpreted the Bible, and we think it says money is the root of all evil. And I think what we're not realizing is money is the root of all evil if you become grandiose and ego-based about it. Okay? But money is not the root of all evil when you use money like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are doing to, buy toilets for people around the world, create injections for people around the world so they don't get disease. I mean, the amount of things money can do for your family and for your community is, it's incredible. It's abundance. And we have to just change a little bit of our mindset. We deserve abundance, but we deserve abundance, and what's hard for us is because we feel that we don't have it. When we get it, we get crazy.
Right.
We get crazy. We want to buy, $1 million of jewelry. We want to buy 4 houses. We want to buy, and we're forgetting our values. Our values are the way, let's, we have to look at how other communities have done it. What have Jews done in America? We have to look at what they've done. They realize we've had bad things happen to us. We're going to make money. We're going to educate our population. We are going to be united.
Right.
So we got to take some of those values.
That's right.
And go back to who we really are, not this false value that we've created about showing other people that we've made it with material things. That's phony baloney.
Wow. I love that. Now, you had to do it all over again. Knowing what you know now, what would you do different?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I had to do it all over again, instead of starting a business at 25, I would have started one at 15.
Mm-hmm.
And because energetically, we have the most energy when we're very young. And I think that that's why I think we all should be starting businesses, if for no other reason, to help our kids get in that mindset. I think that, I meet a lot of women that say, I'm running a nonprofit or this or that and the other. And I said, great. Have you taken care of yourself financially first? Because you can't save the world till you save yourself. And I think the earlier you start saving yourself and your family, and be cold about it. Just go, I got to bring money to my family, period.
Right.
That's humble God's work, to bring money to your family.
Right.
To make sure they're okay. And the quicker you learn that muscle, because really making money and starting a business is a muscle. So instead of, you go work out, well, you got to work out the muscle of making money and knowing that no matter what, you got to go close deals and make money.
Right.
And so if that means doing it by selling, I don't know, Avon, selling Mary Kay, doing whatever, starting an eBay business. I sold Avon when I was a teenager to pay for my own high school, and I didn't even realize that they were setting me up to think like an entrepreneur. They were my micro lender. They were giving me products. I would sell it in high school, and I'd make money. And I paid for my entire high school from Avon.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And I think the other thing, which I think we do know this part, but I just want to emphasize it, is, I think that kids also need to realize the way that most of us were raised, and we take care of our parents.
Right.
Like in this country, older people are not sacred like they are to minorities. And to me, it's kind of like, that's God's work too. That
absolutely.
No matter what, your family, your parents have to be taken care of.
And you got to have money to do it. In today's time, you better have some money, because even the senior properties that are just, where they just have activities and nothing's wrong with them, all of it is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have money, and it's good to have money, and it's good to be a blessing, and it's good to make a difference. And money gives you options. And I say that over and over again. So I'm just excited because you are thinking right. This is the power of a mindset. And that's why I want folks to hear Nely Galán's, because it's the mindset behind the money. It's the mindset that creates the long-term wealth, not just for this generation. And I keep pounding about that. Not just for this generation, but for generations that come, that one day some child is going to walk into a living room and see a picture of Nely Galán on the wall and run up and say, great, 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 great grandmama, and kiss that picture and say, thank you for what you did back in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Create a situation where we could get an education and we could create businesses that have long-term meaning. That's
what
exactly.
I think is also important?
Yes.
And I always say, I really do think life is about grounded perseverance. Just take it easy. As I said, it's a long-distance run.
Now, what do you mean by grounded perseverance? I like that.
Well, because I think sometimes, again, we have a tendency to sometimes get grandiose and let our ego take over. And it's like, especially, look, I've worked in the entertainment business, and I can tell you that people kind of lose it. And it's kind of like when good things happen, you don't get crazy. And when bad things happen, you don't get crazy, because neither one is, they're all temporary states. Just hang in there, do your business every day, and every day leads up to, I tell everybody, I have a to-do list. I only do 3 things a day, but I get them done. And by the end of the week, I've done 21 things. And by the end of the month, I've done 21 times 4. So it's about just just, being calm and doing things. Just tell yourself, like, I'm going to do 3 things today, and I'm going to complete. And I think the other thing nobody tells us, and since I just got a doctorate in psychology, that we all have a lot of baggage.
Right.
I mean, you don't come to this country with immigrant parents and not have baggage, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And I think we got to get over the fact that we have baggage when there's so much free help in this country to go deal with your issues. I, to get my doctorate, worked in a free clinic, and gave kids, minority kids, therapy for 3,000 hours for free.
Wow.
So, we live in a country that no other country gives free counseling to people, okay?
Yep.
And we need to go get that counseling. We need
Absolutely.
to go get that stuff and stop getting proud about it and, I'm messed up. No, all of us are messed up. We have very difficult backgrounds. We have difficult childhoods. We've had bad things happen to us. And we need a professional. Just like an athlete needs a coach, we need a life coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, this is such good stuff. We got one more minute. The great interviews go quick. Last thoughts, telling people what they can do to get one thing you want to give them a charge. What would it be?
I would say do not be victimized. Do not think that when the economy is bad, it's the best time. Turn everything around. Reframe it. All rich people have made their money in bad times, when there are no jobs, when the economy is bad. You've got to really reframe your life and go after everything. Go on the U.S. government's website, us.gov.org, and there's a million opportunities, a million contracts, a million small business loans available to minorities, to women, that we are not even applying for.
Wow. Folks, Nely Galán, she's fantastic. Miss Nely, you are awesome. You're awesome. Awesome.
I love talking to you.
I love you, and I'm going to have you again, and we're going to stay connected, me and you, and we're going to look for an opportunity to do some business together, okay?
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
Thank you so much. Folks, you've been listening.
You so much.
My pleasure. God bless you. Well, we've been listening to Nely Galán on the Willie Jolley Show. I will talk to y'all next week. We are so grateful that you listen every week. Stay tuned, and make sure you visit williejolly.com, and we'll be for sure to give you some good stuff. This is Willie Jolley across America saying have a great day on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show here on Sirius XM, Channel 141. And for sure, the best is yet to come.
That it takes too much time to forget, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs, because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it, because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friend said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.